So the crowd builds. We're set for a start in the 89 qualifying final. Simon Madden looking to get Essendon going.
Anderson on Abner.
Here's the centre bounce. Umpires Rich and Mitchell in charge. Madden charges with the left hand. It gets it down to O'Donnell, who gets the first kick high. Out in front of Buick. Essendon down to their right half-forward line. Morgan towards the boundary line. Blaine running the flank. And together they see it over the line. So a throw-in between Essendon's forward pocket and forward flank. The hurried kick goes down towards Wallace in that forward pocket area. Hammered away from him by Tim Darcy, however, and another throw-in. Schulz in front. Was free kick with the advantage paid to Morgan. Goes around the boundary line towards centre wing. Burke in front of the pack but couldn't take it. O'Donnell again for Essendon. Pumps it high to half forward. Wallace caught behind. Couldn't take it. Brownless tries to get the hand pass out. It goes straight to Long. He's got a player in the square. Long's kick is good. And Van der Haar.
That could be 50, Sandy.
Has to be.
It should be.
It's a certainty, Bernie.
Back he comes.
Yes. Ridiculous play, Tim Darcy.
So the wily old veteran Paul Van der Haar. Being brought around, but will almost be in the square when he kicks. There's the angle he's got. Will swing out a little. First goal to the Bombers.
Well, as I said, it was a ridiculous play by the Geelong defence. Tim Darcy charging into Paul Van der Haar after he took that mark. And it could have been a tricky shot where he was on the first occasion with this swirling breeze here at the MCG. It's not easy to kick goals. Let's have a look at that replay again. Bill Brownless didn't know where to go. The hand pass out to Michael Long, a very classy player. Always delivers the ball with pinpoint accuracy. And there's that Tim Darcy incident. Ridiculous.
And the runner has already been out to speak to Tim Darcy. So Simon Madden, he looks very keen. He gets another tap out, but Damien Burke gets the ball away. Billy Duckworth pulled around the neck, and the umpire awards the free kick. He plays on quickly. The kick is a little scrambly. Watson's on the end of it. Now a chance for Anderson, a real dasher, Greg Anderson. The right foot kick into the pocket. Oh, Wallace, perhaps a little nervous. Plain, quickly onto it. The reverse kick into the opposite pocket. Van der Haar dives for it, can't mark, and the ball goes over for a boundary throw-in. So all players pretty keyed up here. The qualifying final, a chance for the winner to go into the second semi-final and play Hawthorn. Schultz, the ball at the back, Plain, well tackled. Brownless the tackler. Buick now possession. A quick kick. It's still only 35 metres. Buick again. Left foot snap as a mark to Essendon. It's Van der Haar again. Bit of loose checking, Bernie, maybe there.
Yeah, it's well unfortunate for Geelong because the quick kick out of the pack could have went anywhere, and Paul Van der Haar was standing there, fortunately for Essendon. But I wouldn't actually put that down to loose checking. A quick kick from Buick, it could have went anywhere, as I said.
He's on his own there.
And
look,
good shepherding from Wallace.
Only one Geelong player and 3 Essendon players. Van der Haar shoots for goal and puts it through.
Well, that's a great start by Essendon, especially the veteran Paul Van der Haar. He's been a great contributor for Essendon over the years, probably his last season for Essendon this year. And 2 goals in the first 4 minutes. There's that quick play again. I'm very impressed with Essendon last week with their on-ball players. And Paul Van der Haar, 2 goals in the first 4 minutes. A dream start for him and for Essendon.
Tremendous opening for Paul Van der Haar. Back in the middle once again. The Bombers lead by 12 points. Madden is pumped up. Couch gets his first kick, trying to push it wide. The chance is there for Hocking. Gets it out to Stoneham. Now here's Bruns. The hurried left foot kick going in towards full forward, but a good mark is taken by Danaher. Been a very good player in defence. Pushes it wide to the pocket. Duckworth. Another player who lifts in finals is Bill Duckworth. Hugs the boundary line. Goes to O'Donnell. Now Long. Essendon away. Antrobus say go on with it. Tried to draw the player but slipped. Now he's up. Andrews in trouble. Loses it to Brownless. Billy Brownless pumps it high and long to half forward. Over the back, Lidner a chance. Can't take it cleanly. Izzard smothered by Stoner. Bairstow. Here's a chance for a score. Bairstow goes over the top looking for Exel, but it beats him over the line. And the first score on the board goes to the Cats. They trail now by 11 points.
Maybe a little bit of finals nerves there, Ian.
Spot on, Bernie. Essendon have settled down a lot quicker. Geelong very towy. Watson takes the kick in. Left foot kick by Watson is perfect and finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell, though, fumbles. Drops a sitter. Tidies up pretty well. The kick towards centre wing. Van der Haar can't mark. A battle on centre wing. Yates. Some tough stuff there by Mark Yates, and Paul Van der Haar will have a boundary throw in on centre wing. Right near the players' interchange area. Burke and Madden. Comes to Long. Long just fumbles. Bruns can't control the football, and it's flipped out the back over the line. We'll have another boundary throw in. It's on centre wing, and fairly blustery conditions here at the MCG as John Kane. He looks pretty interested in what's happening. 20 minutes left in the first quarter.
Socket off the ground by Duckworth, but the bounce may favour Buick. Oh, don't tell me Van der Haar will do it again. No, on the plane, 30 metres out. Bradley Plane steadies, shoots, and has hit the post. One behind.
Great chance there again for Essendon.
Into the open goal.
Yes, playing very well, moving the ball well from around the packs. They're beating Geelong around the packs, so that's where it's very important.
Back to a margin of 12 points as Darcy brings it back into play. They break from the centre. He goes out wide. Beautiful looking kick by Tim Darcy. Oh, a couple of flies, but no mark taken. He's out in a heap of trouble. Ablett is there. And we will see a bounce.
Paul Couch won't be in for an easy day. He's got Gary O'Donnell picking him up. Very good tag at Gary O'Donnell.
Just forward of centre for Essendon. Burke wins it. Bruns a hurried kick over the centre, but it immediately bounced back again. Now a chance for the Cats if they can get them running. Here's Yates getting his kick just in time. Yates' kick is wide. We'll be looking for Exel. With him is Danaher. Lidner comes out now. Here is Bruce Lidner's shot at goal. He pulls it to the right, and one behind is the result.
Good to see the pressure applied there by Michael Long, just putting the push onto Mark Yates as he was about to take his kick. Very quick player, Michael Long.
11 points, the Bombers lead. Anthony Danaher, prodigious kick of the ball. Doesn't quite know which direction to kick it to. Now he elects to go pretty well straight up the ground. It's a 60-metre kick into the square. Buick gathers. Defensive side of centre. Playing. Fairly intelligent. Up towards half forward. Oh, Van der Haar. No talking there between he and Antrobus. The ball comes free. Morgan, the short kick. A bad miss there by Hamilton. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson's right foot kick towards the half-forward area, and the bounce goes away from Boss over the line for a boundary throw-in. It's about 65, maybe a little bit further, 75 metres around from the Essendon goal. Everybody keyed up here, about 80,000 fans at the MCG. Perfect day. Terry Danaher, second possession. Kick towards full forward.
Oh.
Now the ball with Plain. Now the free kick has been picked out, and it's going back to Darcy. And perhaps awarded against young Wallace by the look of it. Free kick to the Geelong defender.
Veteran of 60 games, Tim Darcy goes long and high. Yates contemplated coming in from the side. Madden tries to spoon it down. Loses control, however. Almost thrown out, but the umpire lets play go on, and Schulz will come away with a kick that is partly smothered. Makes it to the centre, taken by O'Donnell. A hurried high kick, got a bit of a push after he'd taken the mark. Brownless couldn't do anything. He's under great pressure. So too is Morgan. Out it comes to Antrobus. He eludes the tackle. Tony Antrobus, 48 metres out, sets sail for goal, but pulls it to the right.
If that wasn't a free kick to Brownless, I'd give up.
And there's a couple of doubtful ones there. There was a one-handed hand pass. The umpire missed.
Commonly known as a throw.
Well, that's what it was, yes, Andy, a throw.
2-2. Two behinds.
Darcy, a kick in. Again, well past that 50-metre line. Long. punch on. Antrobus can't break away. Good tackle there by Couch. The ball back into the centre. A struggle. Good punch on there by Burke. The ball runs free now. Here's a chance for Hocking. Gary Hocking into the pocket. The kick a little wide. Anthony Danaher just allows it to bounce over the boundary line. So about 20 metres around from the Geelong goal, we'll have a boundary throw in. Geelong have been forward a couple of times. And behinds through Lindner. And a rush behind is all they can manage so far. Ablett pulled off the ball. Williams somehow gets a little bit of space for himself, and a kick across his body. Goes 45 metres and finds the safety of the line. And it's 1.5 kicks now away from the Geelong goal. So good kick there by Darren Williams under pressure in the back pocket. Madden and Burke. Madden gets the tap out. Goes out the back to Izzard. The kick up towards centre wing. Oh, Krill bounce for Schultz. Tap on. It comes to Plain. Plain close to the line. Tries to keep it in. Fails to do so. Another boundary throw in. It's between the wing and half forward, slightly favouring the Bombers. And at this stage, Essendon hold a 12-point advantage.
Vanderhaar up high with the left hand. Anderson waiting down. Pulls it back towards half forward, looking for Antrobus. Under great pressure. Buick steams through. One bounce, two. He'll have another one and then shoot for goal. Buick shoots and he's missed.
Gee, Sandy. He drew the player out as well. He kept going, and Tim Darcy had to leave his opponent, who was Wallace. The handball was on over the top. He chose to ignore that.
I think two inexperienced players, Plain and Buick, bad mistakes in early part of the game.
So a couple of costly misses. 15 points to 2. There's another one by Hocking. Caught. Play allowed to go on, but it's tapped straight back to Michael Long. Can't get an effective kick. Hughes under great pressure, but does it with strength. Gets it out to Schultz, and Geelong out of trouble, go into the middle. Lindner can't take it on the half volley. Looks for the free kick and will get it.
Tiggy Touchwood.
Lindner from the defensive side of centre. He's got Bruns on his own. Goes over the top. But he should have time to pull it back in towards full forward. He does so. Exel has got to do it on his own. Walsh, Danaher and Madden all there. And it's Madden who does good shepherding work. Danaher's hand pass almost lost. Stoneham still trying his heart out. Free kick has gone the way of Essendon. It will be taken by Anderson.
Pretty fierce out there, Sandy.
Tell you what, Exel walked into a brick wall in the way of Simon Madden. Anderson's kick over the centre. Nearly the mark to Antrobus at the back of the pack. Schultz is struggling hard. Now the ball runs free. Chance for Morgan. Morgan sweeping hand pass. Out wide, Buse. Good to see him in the play, but look at that tricky win. Play games with the football. Bairstow in the centre. Antrobus is throwing his elbows everywhere. Gary Hocking, the hand pass out. Lindner ducks his head. Play answers the umpire. And laconically, Bruce Lindner turns onto it. And a magnificent mark taken by Ablett. Well, you think Bruce Lindner is exciting. What about this man?
Yes, that's the first Geelong mark also. And Gary Ablett's first touch of the ball. Ablett, brilliant. He's been moved up to the forward line. Playing on Billy Duckworth. Started off on the wing.
Ablett from 35 metres, directly in front. Makes no mistake.
Yes, he's a man that could win this game for Geelong. There's no doubt about that. A very exciting player, Gary Ablett. Can take excellent high marks, as we saw there. Very good ground player as well. Let's have a look at that mark. Really flew for that. Set himself for that mark, Gary Ablett. And we've seen him kick over 60 goals for the season. He's played at full forward for a number of years. Now he's played all over the ground this season, but Gary Ablett could be the player who swings the game Geelong's way.
Essendon leads by 7 points. Back in the centre. Not a good bounce for Geelong. It was Madden who spooned it out, but the Cats should get out of it. Couch to Yates. Yates gets the hand pass away. The long kick by Brownless goes down towards Ablett again. Can't take it. Scouting the pack is Williams. At full back. Didn't know what to do. Eventually came out towards the back pocket area, finding Danaher, who bounces his way through half back. A couple of casual bounces. Then goes on to the left foot. looking for Watson. With him is Buse. Past him, Watson shows pace. Great play by Tim Watson. That's the sort of thing he can do. And he shoots it towards goal. What a reply.
Well, we've just seen two magicians feature in the play there. Gary Ablett for Geelong, and the other one, the equivalent in the Essendon side, Tim Watson. Great pace, assisted by the breeze.
He didn't want to get onto that right foot, though, did he?
Well, I think he was entitled to have a shot there on the left foot. As you can see, he's going towards the boundary
Come
line.
on, Bernie, he had plenty of time to get around on the right foot and kick it with his proper kicking foot.
I think when you've got great skills like Tim Watson has, why not have a kick with the left foot? Because he's running out towards the boundary line. I think it would have been very difficult for him to kick on the right foot.
So, play resumes. Madden. The ball goes towards centre-half forward. Awkward bounce for Stephen Hocking. Morgan at the back. Couch. Beaten for it by O'Donnell. Good play by Plain. A creative player, Bradley Plain, goes for goal. It's close. No, misses to the left. So the second behind for Bradley Plain, but he's getting his hands on the ball, which is very important for a youngster.
Interesting at this stage, Essendon with 7 shots at goals to Geelong's 2.
Darcy. And interestingly, kicks straight up the ground. Nearly into the centre. Oh, fantastic effort by the Essendon player was Van der Haar. The ball up towards centre-half forward now for Geelong. Streaming through as Izard. Well tackled by Stoneham. Williams gets the hand pass out. Anderson kicks it wide into open spaces, and it's a good idea if you've got no one to kick it to. Duckworth does pretty well, Billy Duckworth, and bounces it and runs away. Left foot kick by Duckworth to the front of the square. Nearly an Essendon mark. It's a goal to Danaher. No, he's missed. Oh. Terry Danaher. I think he must have got a shock when he saw the goal so close and right in front of him.
Yeah, they're looking good, Essendon. Billy Duckworth even having a bounce out here on the wing and running away from them.
Geelong making a change.
Flanagan on,
Flanagan
Burke off.
coming on. It's the way they'll handle their ruckman. Free kick to go the way of Gary Hocking in the back pocket. The Geelong defence under all sorts of pressure. He'll be looking for Buse. Fine mark. We'll go on with it. Oh, that may have been dangerous. Long claims Yates. Buse again with his bullocking work. Gets it down towards half forward. Looking for Ablett. Hammered away from him. Taken by Walsh. In front of Madden. Sockers it forward. Will be beaten for pace, but the boundary line beats Bairstow. Good work by Simon Madden.
I think he would have been pleased to see it go over there, Sandy. His pace was, well, he was being outpaced by Bairstow, wasn't he, there?
From the throw in, O'Donnell, who started well, couldn't control it. Anderson couldn't tuck it in. Lidner, free kick for holding on. The ball will come back. Paul Couch to send Geelong into attack. Over Axel. Ablett! But a good spoil. Walsh leaves it. Izard in the back pocket. And does it very intelligently, if that was his aim. Gained some 30 metres.
Precision stuff, wasn't it?
Paul Hamilton has got the job now on Gary Ablett since he's moved up to the forward line.
14 points, Essendon's lead. Madden high over the top, gets the tap out. Duckworth, just a kick from mid-air. Anderson, Lindner, strong in defence. Thompson, determination. He'll be run down, but he still gets his kick away. Up towards half forward. Van der Haar, kick off the ground by Boss. The ball running free. Oh, Buick overruns it. Bad football. O'Donnell goes back to Thompson. Thompson for Essendon, up towards half forward, but a good safe mark in defence taken by Schultz. He gets the hand pass off to Darcy. Darcy's kick out wide is too far for Brownless, and that's where the players are having their problems. The wind is just playing a few tricks. Those kicks, the short passes going a little bit further than the players really intend. Boundary throw in on centre wing out of side. Terry Danaher does the ruck work, tries to get the hand pass out. The gather is by Flanagan. Flanagan has only been on the ground for a couple of minutes. His kick up towards half forward, and the mark is taken by Ablett. Just judged it better than the rest. And Gary Ablett, I'd give him a chance from here. 50 metres out. He thumps the drop punt, but he pulls it. And it's out of bounds on the full. So the free kick to be taken in the back pocket for Essendon by Darren Williams.
Williams to the outer side. Down in front. Lidner, a hurried high kick. In towards Exel, coming over the top. No one able to pick it up cleanly. It's close to the boundary line. In fact, it is over as Darren Williams picks himself up. The out's going the way with Essendon so far. Here's Walsh. In trouble, pushes it wide, but straight to Buse. Caught, but shrugs the tackle. That's how strong Andrew Buse is. It's a high kick in towards full forward. Madden is there, claims the mark, runs over the line.
He's bluffed the umpire there.
He's good at that, but he's got it.
Oh, there were 3 guys had their hands on that the first time.
Short to Thompson. Still in the back pocket. Wanted to go on with the hand pass to Williams and eventually does. In towards centre wing, O'Donnell, who's had a very good start against Couch. Duckworth. Caught, but shrugs the tackle. Izard. Towards centre wing. Long uses the body. Hocking couldn't take it. Terry Danaher is there. Van der Haar comes over the top. Gary Hocking still in trouble. But the whistle has sounded. Mark Yates will take it on centre wing. So Yates to put the Cats into attack. They have just the 1 goal on the board. Down in front, O'Donnell again. High towards Yates, Van der Haar over the top, Anthrobus. Schulz. Now Steve Hocking. Still with Steve Hocking. Gets it away to Boss onto Brownless. To half forward. Oh, great one-hander by Thompson.
Terrific stuff there by Mark Thompson. And a 50-metre penalty is being applied against Gary Ablett for, would you call that wasting time, Bernie, or?
Oh, well, it was unnecessary, whatever it was, Ian, but...
handy 50 metres too.
Must have been more than 50 metres. The centre square's 50 metres long, and it was outside that, so it looks like a 60-metre penalty.
Thompson's short pass, ineffective. Bairstow, good tackle. Picked up nicely by Bruns. The short pass is accurate. Finds Hamilton, defensive side of centre. Hamilton's kick high. Bumping out was Williams. Now the ball comes out the back to Stoneham. He's close to the boundary line, gathers it nicely, kicks it to the front of the square. No one home for Geelong. Anthony Danaher goes for the safety of the boundary line. Well, I guess percentage football by the defender. The pressure's right on here in the first quarter. It's in the left forward pocket for Geelong. 6.5 minutes left in this first quarter, and it's been fairly entertaining stuff. Essendon have had the better of it so far. That thump by Madden goes back over the boundary line. Another throw in. It's a little further away from the Geelong goal. Simon Madden doing pretty well in the ruck contest so far. And he's got a big job this afternoon. The ball comes to Anthrobus. He roves it well. Bruns. Hamilton at the bottom of the pack. Gary Hocking just gets his foot to the ball, but it's over the boundary line. So we'll have another throw in, the third within minutes in the very much the same area.
There's some determination out there. Bruns and Anthrobus in a headlock.
Some heavy work going on there.
So Madden again. He's done well with the hit out. Izard not quite in time. Buse onto the left foot, snaps at goal and puts through a behind. So the Cats move to 1-3. Essendon 3 goals 4. With 2 of those goals belonging to Paul Van der Haar in the opening 4 minutes of the game. Danaher now to the outer side. Anderson can't pull it in time.
You see what happened there. The kick off the boot was probably spot on. The wind takes it just out of reach of Anderson, and we've got a boundary throw in.
On the 50-metre line almost for Geelong. Madden again using that left hand, this time down to Anderson, who pumps it with the left foot down towards centre wing. But a good mark is taken by Steve Hocking. Long again, but that wind taking that ball fiercely to the left and bouncing just inside, it then drifts over the line. 22 plays 9, favouring Essendon. Thompson waits for it. Bruns couldn't take it, but he's got plenty of backup support. Yates running through 50, goes for a short little chip. It is effective, and he finds Gary Ablett.
Good play by Yates, Bernie. I thought maybe it could have been tempted there to blast away from, what, about 40 metres?
Yes, he steadied, didn't he? And he saw Ablett had the break on Hamilton. So, experienced player, of course, Mark Yates, one of only 3 Geelong players who've played in finals.
Ablett looking for his second goal and a chance to close the gap to 7 points. Pulled it to the left.
Yeah, well, both sides have had chances, haven't they? Essendon have missed a few easy ones. And Gary Ablett not kicking that one at all well, and obviously the wind having an effect on it.
Anthony Danaher. 3-4 plays 1-4 with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Kick by Danaher. Puts Antrobus under a bit of pressure, but the umpire awards Antrobus with a free kick, and I think the Bombers can consider themselves a little fortunate there. Antrobus's kick is much better, and it puts it out in front of Izzard. He takes the mark on half-back. Izzard's kick goes over the wing, but a good mark. No, play on, says the umpire. Could have nearly been paid to Brownless. He's going to get it anyway. The hand pass coming from Boss. And look at Brownless again. A couple of strides and a bomb up towards half-forward. It's punched over the line by Stoneham. The big centre half-forward, he's penalised for riding Williams into the ground, and maybe that was reasonable. But Williams with the free kick at half-back. Nice kick by Darren Williams into the centre. The marking contest. The ball comes out the back. Terry Danaher, experienced. He read that pretty well. The kick across his body, looking for Anderson. The ball at half forward. Now Anderson's a chance. He's read it well. Back onto the left foot. No space. Now there's a little bit. He kicks the ball 50 metres into the square. Plain. Can't mark. It goes through for a behind.
3-5 plays 1-4. Darcy. Long towards half-back. Lindner waits. Schulz at the bottom. And another bounce. Do you give the young players a quarter, Bernie? How long to settle down?
Yes, I think probably a quarter to find their feet in the finals match. And after that, if they don't perform in the second quarter, look out.
Flicked wide, a chance for Antrobus. A high kick down towards Wallace, fisted away from him, but he recovers beautifully to Long. Michael Long onto the left foot, bang!
And that's a good move, putting Wallace to full forward, because he's a pacey player, not worrying about the height here today. And these blustery conditions, a player who can recover well, as Wallace did then. Went for the mark, recovered beautifully in front position, and Michael Long, very quick player, running past, took the hand pass, and an excellent goal for Essendon. They are playing very well here in this first quarter.
$19 points now, Essendon's lead. Back in the centre, Gary Hocking shrugs the Antrobus tackle. 2 minutes left. Up towards half forward. No mark to Bairstow. He's out of sorts. Anderson from Williams. Back to O'Donnell. He's got the chance. He's got the pace and the agility, but he slips over now. Gets the hand pass back. Anderson. Anderson's kick towards centre half forward. It comes through all players. Vanderhaar. Is this goal number 3? Yes!
The finals experience, I'm sure, is a big factor in this match so far. A couple of Geelong players, they're not sure what they should have been doing. The player on the forward line, Bairstow, really didn't go at it the way he should have. There's a kick into the forward line, aided by the wind again. And Paul Vanderhaar, a finals campaigner, played in a couple of premiership sides. 3 goals to Paul Vanderhaar in this first quarter. And Geelong really look a little bit ragged.
So the Bombers lead by 25 points from the centre bounce. Can they win it out of the middle? It's Buse. Pressured into a kick that goes wide. Walsh and Ablett chasing. Ablett front spot. Pressured by Walsh. And over the line. Throw in again, Madden. Fisted wide. Buse, who's been busy, pulls it back in towards half forward. Hamilton unable to complete the mark. The hurried kick was by Bairstow down towards full forward. The bounce is a bad one for Exel. It's still bad for him. And also Hamilton. Lindner goes in. A quick snap at goal. That looks better, and it's a much needed goal for the Cats, kicked by Hamilton.
Yes, it's a badly needed goal, Sandy, and good heavy work there by Bruce Lindner, using the body well to put the Essendon player out of position there. Bad bounce again. The Essendon players just didn't know where it was going. There's a bump applied by Lindner, and spilling free to Hamilton, who kicked a badly needed goal, as we said, to Geelong.
So you'd have to say luck came into that, Bernie, with a couple of bounces. The Essendon players were in good position, and 2 bounces went straight back over their heads. Just seconds left in the first quarter. Flanagan now doing the ruck work. The punch on up towards centre half forward. Plain tries to flip it over the back. Steve Hocking, he's well tackled. The ball runs free now. Opportunity for Van der Haar, back onto the left. He'll be caught. Just gets his foot to the ball. Couch doesn't know what to do with it. Interception nearly by O'Donnell. Couch is still in there. Gets a little kick off the ground. Van der Haar throws himself on the football. That should have been classified as a throw. Boss, left foot kick by Boss. Up towards the 50-metre line. Stoneham in front, can't mark. Walsh, there's the siren. And that's the end of the first quarter in the qualifying final at the MCG. And at quarter time, Essendon lead by 19 points. The Bombers are 5-5-35. Geelong 2-4-16.
So Dennis Rich set to get the second quarter underway. The Bombers lead by 19 points. Madden up against Burke, but it is Madden who wins it. Over the head of Wallace it goes. Couch has to backpedal a little. Hocking trying to get it out. There's some heavy work in there by Madden.
A heavy hip and shoulder there on Tim Darcy when he had his head down and over the ball. And very dangerous, that, Sandy. Very dangerous.
Stretcher has been called for immediately.
That's one of those occasions with a player with his head down, trying to pick up the ball. And let's hope it's not a neck injury to Tim Darcy.
Ooh.
And that's the occasion when it can happen. A little bit groggy after that bump. Heavy bump applied there by Simon Madden.
Nice to see him on his feet.
Yes, he appears to be okay, but I'm sure he won't be feeling all that well throughout the rest of this match.
Well, while he is in the hands of the trainers, a kick taken by Hocking down towards the half-forward line. Geelong will be desperate to get the first goal if they can. Bruns in trouble, tries to get a kick away. Duckworth feeds it out wide to accommodate Anderson. Goes over the top, but there's no one there. A chance for Lindner. He goes high and long, back towards full forward. Burkus back into the pack. Waiting down in front, Stoneham. Couldn't quite get boot the ball. Hamilton now a chance, but under great pressure from his namesake. And eventually taken away by Thompson to O'Donnell on that defensive 50-metre line. He's had a good game, Gary O'Donnell. Long over the centre. No mark taken. Brownless clashes with Watson. Through goes Lindner.
Well, Watson's hurt too. Might be a corked thigh.
So a solid opening to the second quarter as Lindner from half-back.
Lindner's kick floats across the centre towards the outer wing. Bruns, good gather by Williams. Good tackle by Hocking. Williams, you should be penalised, and is. Great play by Gary Hocking.
Watson can hardly walk behind play.
He wants to come off too, Sandy.
Gary Hocking kicks the ball towards centre half forward. At the back, beautiful mark taken by Anthony Danaher. He had his sights set on that. A long way from home. The kick towards this member's wing, and a good mark taken by Anderson. And the only doubt there was to whether Thompson may have gathered, and perhaps the umpire may have paid the advantage rule, but the ball goes back to Anderson.
And Dean Bailey prepares to come on.
Anderson, nice looking kick towards centre half forwards. An Essendon mark, Terry Danaher. Perhaps a little too far out to score. He's between the centre circle and the 50-metre line. Bailey is on now. Watson off. The short kick by Terry Danaher finds O'Donnell, and he's about 55 metres from goal. We may just get a bit of an idea here. O'Donnell fancies his chances. No, he doesn't. He short passes into the right half forward area. Antrobus overruns it. Steve Hocking gets the hand pass out, and the Cats come away from that back pocket. Brownless's pass, a little too far for Bairstow. Izzard takes it over the line. The crowd roars for a deliberate out of bounds by Izzard. Umpire has nothing of that, so we'll have a boundary throw in off centre wing.
Still a 19-point margin favouring Essendon. Madden wins it to Buick. Hurriedly over the centre. Schulz gets another bad bounce. Van der Haar a good one. He drifts play into the centre and finds Terry Danaher. Well, he's got Long loose if he wants him. And wants him. Michael Long now. A little chip. And it is good. Wallace will have a shot inside 50. Or will he? Long has gone down into the pocket. And he's a real will-o'-the-wisp. Michael Long.
He goes everywhere, doesn't he?
The left footer plays on. He's got to try and bend it back. Oh, he has kicked it! What a goal!
Well, that's an incredible goal by Michael Long. Miraculous. He tried to sell the dummy to Mark Yates. And Mark Yates wasn't fooled by it. And then he went out, caught on that left foot, went for the banana kick. Mark Yates was well and truly waiting for that. And look at that kick from Michael Long off the outside of the boot. A magnificent goal, Michael Long, and a great find for Essendon this season.
25 points again is Essendon's lead. Geelong are a chance to get out of the centre through Lindner. He fumbles. Yates gets through some heavy traffic. Brownless is caught, dispossessed. Buick short kick. Terry Danaher from 50 metres. Long drop punt will go through. Yes!
Well, Geelong will definitely have to lift their game. They're being completely outplayed by Essendon. The experienced, the finals players, Terry Danaher, playing on Billy Brownless, is doing very well. The small running players are completely dominating the play. They're winning the ball out of the centre there. Terry Danaher kicking that one from 50 metres. And I think Malcolm Blight would be a very worried man at the moment.
So Terry Danaher kicks his first goal. 31 points, Essendon's lead. Simon Madden goes after the ball on ground level. Umpire will bounce the ball once again. Down on the boundary line, Timmy Watson in trouble. Michael Roberts.
Well, Timmy Watson for the last 7 minutes has been wincing in pain, and he's corked his left leg. He looked a bit proppy at quarter time too.
Out of the middle, it's Essendon who bring it away again, and it is Danaher. Down towards the half-forward line, and a great mark is taken by Dean Wallace.
And that's Exel down on the back line, picking up Van der Haar. Geez, they're moving the ball well, aren't they, Essendon? That's tremendous play. Wallace on the lead.
Here's his kick. Out in front of the square, almost a mark to play. Brownless tries to tap it wide. They're under tremendous pressure. Buick can't quite get out. Bailey Soccer's on to Plain. He'll have another shot, Bradley Plain, and he got it.
Well, what can Geelong do? They're being completely annihilated by this Essendon side. They're very keen. They've been beaten around the packs. And Malcolm Blight can sit back there and wonder what moves can he make to bring Geelong back into the match. But Essendon doing everything right at the moment. And I harp back on it, Sandy, but this finals experience. You look at Melbourne yesterday, how they did it against the inexperienced Collingwood's side that's playing in the finals, and they're doing it again today.
There's Bradley Plain. He's had 3 attempts. He's now kicked 1 goal, 2. And the Bombers go marching on. Damien Burke and Simon Madden. 8-5 Essendon. What a great start to the qualifying final. 19.5 minutes left in the second quarter. The bounce favours Burke, but the ball comes from Madden to Terry Danaher. Up to full forward Wallace again. They just can't get the ball out of the centre.
It's almost a football lesson, isn't it, Ian, at the moment? And Simon Madden, of course, with his great ruck work in the centre, is setting it up for Essendon. They're winning the ball out of the centre just about every time.
But Wallace has yet to kick a goal. And Another one of the youngsters that Kevin Sheedy has placed a lot of faith in. From 25 metres, Dean Wallace. Shocker. Nearly out of bounds on the full. It is. Bit of an anti-climax there, that one, because there was some good play from Madden to Terry Danaher to Wallace. And Flanagan now on the ground taking the place of Damien Burke.
Well, they had kicked 3 straight, Ian.
Did you say law of averages means they have to miss eventually? Not by that margin though, Sandy.
O'Donnell, unopposed. Essendon running riot at the moment. The kick again is a beauty. Wallace will have another chance. A good lead and a great pass.
He's giving him a target up there, Wallace. Leading very well. And pinpoint accuracy with that pass from Gary O'Donnell.
Simon Madden has just given him a bit of advice. So Dean Wallace continues to search for his first goal. From 45 metres. I don't know what Simon Madden said to him.
I think the kid's a bit overawed. He's done some pretty good work. He gave a hand pass off to Long in the first quarter, and I thought that may have helped him settle down.
Exel brings it back into play. He's been switched from one end of the ground to the other, but only as far as Simon Madden. Madden kicks again to half forward. Van der Haar stands and waits for the pack to come down upon him. Yates has slung off the football. The quick hand pass goes back to Van der Haar. He goes wider to Long. Can he pull this one back? He can. The man is incredible.
All right, Sandy, he is incredible, Michael Long. That's 2 goals in this quarter, 3 goals for the match. And if a player can, any player out there can finish it off, it's Michael Long. A couple of chances there missed by Wallace to add to the Essendon total, but they are very keen, this Essendon side. There's no doubt about that. Van der Haar playing a good game on the forward line. Out to Michael Long. He didn't have much time to steady, but onto that trusty left foot. Great goal to Michael Long.
Well, the bounce favours Essendon. Madden got the hit out. It went back towards Lindner. Did some good dummying there, Bruce Lindner at centre-half back. Kicks it towards half forward. No mark there to Stoneham. Quick kick there by Hamilton up towards the forward pocket. Ablett pulled off the ball by Hamilton. Was that a free kick? Yes. Gary Ablett nowhere near in control of the football. Unfortunately for Paul Hamilton, he gives away the free kick, and this is well within scoring distance. As we have a look at that free kick.
Paul Hamilton wasn't sure. He thought Gary Ablett had it, but no doubt a free kick.
Ablett from 10 metres kicks the goal.
And Gary Ablett, their only shining light at the moment. 2 goals to Gary Ablett. Shane Hamilton's kicked 1. He's just been replaced by Damien Drum. Gary Ablett now playing full forward with Exel playing on the back line. So Malcolm Blight not sure what to do with his side at the moment to try to get back into this match. They've been completely outplayed so far. Simon Madden playing a great game in the centre, winning most of the tap-outs and being finished off further afield by his smaller running players.
It's certainly where it's coming from, this centre bounce. Madden again favoured by that bounce. It comes back to Lindner though, and he's coming into the play. A shocking kick, slews off the side of his boot, out towards half-forward flank. Anthony Danaher, fairly cool and composed, and he just allows the ball to bounce over the boundary line. Didn't really touch it, so perhaps it would have been pretty tough to penalise the man. So boundary throw-in taking place about 55 metres around from the Geelong goal. Flanagan taps it out the back. Bailey gathers for Essendon. The left foot kick by Dean Bailey towards centre wing. No mark. The ball comes to Boss. He gets the hand pass back to Yates. Yates forced to kick with his unnatural, the left, in towards the centre, and it's nearly a mark to Izzard. Umpire calls play on. Duckworth's on the bottom of the pack, and the umpire now will come in and ball it up.
It's interesting, Ian. Bairstow's only had 3 possessions and Couch has only had 4 for the match.
And there are the kicks for the quarter. 25-12 favouring Essendon. And 4 goals into the bargain with that. Long tries to soccer off the ground, is unsuccessful. trying to spin out his Bailey, and eventually does well. Down towards Buick. Waiting in front is Plain. So too Brownless. A hurried left foot kick. Geelong needing to find something and find it desperately. Ledner will have the chance. Beats one. His hand pass is long. Puts pressure on Couch. Gets it across to Stoneham. Pulls it back in towards full forward and Ablett. Wearing him like a glove is Hamilton. Ablett asked the question. Geelong fans don't like it. But we'll see a throw in the left forward pocket. Flanagan at the back, but taken by Bailey to Anderson. Floating a left footer over the head of Bradley, Plain and Buick. Coming to meet it was Antrobus, almost collided with Buick. This allows Brownless to receive from Exel. Goes short. Stoneham's got a prop and he runs into trouble. Now Bairstow, desperately wanting possessions, gives it the Boss. High to half forward. It eludes everyone except Danaher at the back. Gives it out to Hamilton. Can he get clear? Yes, he's got Williams. There's a Geelong player down behind play. Williams on to Madden, and Essendon out of trouble. Madden has a bounce. He has 2 bounces. Simon Madden, 3 bounces, 4. A hand pass over the top, onto the practice wicket area. Now Thompson, towards half forward, and the mark is taken by Play. Plays on. The kick goes in towards goal. And one behind only is the result. So Paul Vanderhaar has kicked 3 goals, 1.
Ablett down, Sandy.
Gary Ablett on all 4.
And he looks very sore.
Back into play, Flanagan.
Flanagan at half back for the Cats. Critical stage now for Geelong with 13 minutes left in this second quarter. A poor kick. Bailey takes the mark. He puts Antrobus under enormous pressure. Umpire allows play to go on. Antrobus delivers the lethal blow. Umpire Dennis Rich very quickly on the scene. Damien Drum, the Geelong player, and still Antrobus is lectured by the umpire.
I think to be fair to Bailey there, the kick was touched off the boot by Paul Vanderhaar. Let's have a look at this. Ooh, well, there's the lead up to that, Ian.
Give one, you've got to cop it sweet, I suppose. Flanagan, Thompson, well tackled. Gary Hocking doing the tackling. Lindner claims the free kick. Who cares? It's going to Geelong. Now Gary Hocking. No. I think the kick
will go to
probably
Lindner.
go back to Lindner. Umpire Mitchell in charge there. So Bruce Lindner will put Geelong into attack.
38 points the difference, favouring the Bombers. A big pack waiting down in front was O'Donnell, claimed by Couch. Ablett is up again, but soon down. Williams working hard for Essendon at the bottom of the pack. And we will see a bounce. 35 metres out from the Cats scoring zone. Now this is what happened to Gary Ablett.
That was behind the play.
Behind play. Long, trying to go wider, but lands with Bruns, who chips over his shoulder, but only as far as Walsh, and a little bit of a Barney going on behind play. The football goes on, and it's Hamilton away. Still he goes as he gets it away, and it was Duckworth who kicks over the centre. Now they push it down towards Wallace at half forward. With him is Darcy, and at the back Stephen Hocking. It goes over the line. Did you keep an eye on the fight, Ian?
I was watching Tony Antrobus. He loves this stuff. He's right in the middle of everything when there's a dust-up.
Throw in on the outer side. Terry Danaher front spot. But beat. Buse a chance to come away. A good-looking kick by Buse. Vanderhaar from behind. Can't quite take it. O'Donnell, Clay. Hammered on by Vanderhaar. Over the centre he goes. Eventually shot out towards Exel. The kick is not a good one. It could bring rain. Over the top comes Anthony Danaher. Fists it down towards Duckworth. The hurried kick is good. Up towards the half-forward line, but only as far as Andrew Buse.
Buse is at centre half back for Geelong. Kicks it over the centre. High flyer was Brownless, couldn't mark. Walsh at the back. Essendon will go back into attack, but again the wind plays tricks with the ball. The kick goes to Plain. Plain looks to give the sweeping hand pass over the top. He's got two players there. One is Buick, the other was Long. Buick gathers, left foot pass is magnificent. And the mark is taken by Thompson.
Great skills in by Buick.
Thompson really should have a shot from here.
No doubt.
There's no one really to pass it to. Now Thompson makes up his mind and eventually hooks the ball to the right and through for another behind to Essendon. Kevin Sheedy and David Collins in the coach's box. Sheedy perhaps indicating that the breeze really troublesome with those shots for goal. The kick in, a bit risky. Hughes drops a sitter, able to go after it, flips it out. Wallace, hand pass over the top. Goal number 4, Van der Haar. No, Bailey, caught, pulled, and pulled advantage to Essendon. It's a goal.
Oh, I thought Van der Haar had done the wrong thing by giving a hand pass to Bailey because he was under a lot of pressure. I thought Paul Van der Haar could have had a shot at goal. But an amazing goal there to Bailey. A bad mistake there by Geelong. That short pass out of the back line. It was a dangerous kick in the first place, but when Buse dropped the mark, Van der Haar showing plenty of dash. A good chase there by Yates, but all to no avail because Bailey put it through for another goal to Essendon.
So Essendon careering away with the qualifying final, close to half-time. Oh, Drum, Bruns, up towards half-forward, Geelong go. Gary Hocking, desperation needed now by Geelong. Gary Hocking's kick to the half-forward flank on the left side. Kick off the ground there by Izard, goes over the boundary line on the full. So the free kick will be taken for Geelong by Andrew Buse. Ablett leads and marks. Great stuff by Gary Ablett. There wasn't much space there. Hamilton right on his tail.
Yeah, that's a very good strong mark to Gary Ablett. Out in front, Hamilton putting on a lot of pressure.
So Ablett, who's kicked 2 of Geelong's 3 goals. Well, this is very close. Goal umpire in a great position to make that decision, and it just misses. So Gary Ablett, 2 goals 2, and the Cats 3 goals 5, trailing in the wake of the speedy Bombers,
who have 10-7. Danaher to Williams. Darren Williams from the back pocket. Goes looking for Madden, but he has a teammate in front of him in Hamilton who marks strongly. Plays on to O'Donnell. Kicks with the left foot towards Walsh on the outer wing. Kevin Walsh going up towards half forward. Stephen Hocking comes out to meet it, close to the boundary line. Couch is there with him. He desperately wants to get into the game. Sweeps it wide. A chance for Yates to run through, and he does. 2 bounces to Yates. Has a look up forward. Wants to find Ablett. Under pressure, but he recovers beautifully. Swings round onto the left foot. Shoots in towards full forward. And goal.
Well, the Essendon players aren't too happy about that.
I think Buse has kicked it. Buse has kicked the goal, I think.
I thought
The Essendon player touched it. The ball stayed in play. Buse picked it up on the goal line and kicked the goal.
Well, I didn't think the goal umpire was at all interested in Buse. I thought he allowed that, played it to Ablett. Let's have a look at that again. Gary Ablett on the left foot. There's a long left foot shot at goal. The 2 Essendon players there. And maybe you're right, Ian.
So back in the centre, a badly needed goal to Buse, and Geelong go forward again. This time it's Bruns. Up towards half forward, Buse is in the play again. Where's the bouncing ball? Williams, well caught by Stoneham. Gets the hand pass out, but the umpire awards the free kick to Williams, and the Geelong fans are not happy. Williams in the back pocket, comes to the members' side. The high drop punt kick at the back. Is that Mark Page? Yes, and it's going to Drum. Damien Drum on centre wing. Kicks the Cats to within goal-scoring distance. It's at centre half forward. Over the top was Duckworth. The ball runs free. Anthony Danaher gathers. Now he flips the ball out, but it's really to the advantage of Lindner for Geelong, and he picks it up nicely. Bruce Lindner kicks the ball towards centre-half forward. Essendon defence standing strong. Anthony Danaher takes the mark at centre-half back. Kicks it into the centre. Player there on his own is Thompson. Thompson gets the hand pass off to Walsh. Walsh now streaming up through centre wing on the outer side. A magnificent left foot kick by Walsh, gathers 35 to 40 metres. Bailey struggling hard, gets it to Buick. Back it goes to Bailey, good interception by Hocking. Bruns, now the Cats, get out of trouble. Bruns' kick is too far for Flanagan. As a matter of fact, it's far too far. It's out of bounds on the full, and the free kick will be taken by Walsh.
So Kevin Walsh on the outer wing. High towards half forward. Danaher did a little bit of leaning. Bailey tried to soccer off the ground. Danaher again tries to get it out. Here's a chance as Buick sweeps the hand pass wide. Plain soccer's off the ground. And good defensive work by Exel. Sees Essendon out of behind. 10-8. Plays 4-5 as one of the great VFL players of days gone by, Francis Burke, keeps a close eye on proceedings. Exel again. Over the back, Izard tries to tap it forward. Sweeping the hand pass wide to Bruns. He loses it to Buick. Wobbles one up towards full forward. Exel couldn't take the mark, so he hammers it over the line again.
And that shows a lack of confidence, I think, at the moment, Sandy. Geelong under enormous pressure. Gavin Exel couldn't take the mark.
Don't think he's played in defence very often.
Probably not, Ian.
10-9. Essendon, Geelong are 4-5. Exel going the other side, looking for Drum. Under pressure from Thompson. And hammered over the line. Damien Drum recalled for the first time this season. Boss edged out by Danaher. The hand pass out was by Hocking initially. Now here's a chance for Geelong to do something as the kick comes from Darcy up towards that right half forward line. O'Donnell is there, heads towards the boundary line. Gary O'Donnell. Schulz under pressure, brings it back again. The Geelong defence under real stretch at the moment. Brownlow's got it to Couch. Couch is in trouble. Gets the hand pass away to Darcy again. Darcy now finds Hocking. Hocking to Bruns. He'll go onto the right boot. Stab it in towards full forward. That's a great pass.
There's some real good play there by Geelong. I thought a couple of times they looked as though they were going to get caught, but persistence, it's paid off. The ball finishes with Ablett. Now they're a chance to kick a goal.
Yes, that's the best passage of play for the match so far, Ian.
He has 2 goals, 2 to date. There's just over 4 minutes remaining. Ablett shoots and Ablett goals.
That's 3 goals, 2 now to Gary Ablett. And the only other goals, one to Hamilton and one to Buse. Tim Watson back on the ground, and Antrobus has been taken off. He seems to be running quite well now, Tim Watson. So that's good news for the Essendon supporters and the Essendon team, because Tim Watson, very important cog in this side, and Gary Ablett, a very important cog in this Geelong side. It'll be a very poor score on the board for Geelong had Ablett not been there.
There's a feeling that maybe Tony Antrobus has been reported, and he's now on the interchange bench. 34 points, Essendon's lead. Geelong nearly a chance there through Drum to come forward again. A free kick has been picked out of that contest very near the centre circle, and it's going to Izard. Alan Izard played quite a few games now for Essendon. Very experienced campaigner. The kick towards half forward, a great mark to Terry Danaher. He's got Anderson on his own at half forward, but well, Terry kicked one from about the same position earlier on in this quarter. Why can't I do it again, he says to himself. We've got 3 minutes left. He goes for the pass into the pocket. The bounce awkward for Bailey. It's okay for Watson. The kick by Watson's a goal.
Heard again.
Well, that's 2 goals for Timmy Watson. I don't think he's 100% fit. There's no doubt about that. He's looping now. And that's a class of Tim Watson. The pass not too good from Terry Danaher, wobbled all over the place. And Tim Watson didn't have any time to line up the goals. Threw it on the boot.
and he kicked it with his right foot, and all of a sudden favoured his right foot.
All right, Ian, you could be right.
Back in the centre once again. 11-9 plays 5-5. Madden chases and wins it to Izard. Pushes it wide. 2 3/4 minutes remaining. Bailey does it well to the running Anderson. Pass goes astray, however. He was looking for Van der Haar, but Exel was able to take the mark, give it across to Boss, back to Exel. He kicks it high. Lindner and Anderson. Lindner could have given a nudge, but Bailey takes him out. Buick storms through, gets a nice bounce, pulls it back, looking for Bradley Plain. Snares it well, but now needs help. Goes back to Watson, this time onto the left foot. High to half forward. Past Long it goes. Hocking now. Under pressure from Long. An attempt at soccer off the ground misses. Hocking again. Michael Long again. But Klein. Gee, there's some heavy work going in there, and it's Anderson who comes out with it. Gives it across to Izard. Shoots in towards goal, and there's another one for the Bombers.
Oh, what a performance, Sandy. It's been a great quarter of football by Essendon. They've now kicked 7 goals for the quarter. 7 goals for, and they've left Geelong floundering in their wake. A tremendous team play. They've been, well, they've had the better attack on the ball, finishing up with Izard there. They've had the numbers to the ball. Their tackling's been better. They're winning the ball out of the centre. Really, they haven't lost in any positions on the ground.
Perfect football by Essendon. 12-9 plays 5-5. A minute and a half before half-time. Buse, right foot kick by Buse up towards full forward. Nearly the mark to Ablett. Attempted kick off the ground by Schultz. The ball goes free. There's a quiet player. Stoneham gathers, gets his kick away towards the front of the square. And at Geelong Martins at Bruns, it's been paid. Neville Bruns, about 20 metres from goal. Fairly difficult angle for Bruns. Gee, did Geelong need this? Plus about 4 more. Bruns kicks for goal and makes no mistake.
Yes, a badly needed goal there to Geelong. Neville Bruns has been a good player. He's had over 12 disposals for the match so far. One of the few Geelong players that can really hold his head up at the moment. Here's the mark again from Neville Bruns. Good play by Stoneham, centering the ball, putting it in front of goal. And the kick from Neville Bruns from only about 20 metres out, making no mistake.
I've been a bit surprised with the Essendon defence, which has played tremendous football. Bounce back in the centre. Over the top. Now a chance for Essendon again. Terry Danaher in the van. The punch towards centre half forward. Plain. Can't quite get to the ball. Bailey. Exel. Bairstow shrugs the tackle and gets the kick away wide to the wing.
Watson is giving away almost a foot there to Flanagan. And here he comes. Tim Watson short, looking for Plain. Play on is the call. Boss tried to soccer it out. Watson again puts his body over it in front of Morgan. Now Bairstow, and Buse comes in as well. As Kevin Sheedy waits for half-time. Look at that marking department. Essendon 26 this quarter, Geelong 7. Shot in towards full forward. It comes off the boot and over the line in the left forward pocket. So Geelong will have to regroup at half-time. There is the siren. Splendid first half by Essendon, which they lead by 40 points. 12-9, 81. Essendon, Geelong, 6-5, 41. So we're set for a start now in the vital third quarter. Essendon go into it with a 40-point margin.
Brownless at full forward there, Sandy.
Well, I'm glad about that.
And who's at centre half back? Mark Boz.
So Geelong ringing in the changes as we go into the third quarter, as the Cats will attempt to claw their way back. Flanagan on the ball for Geelong. Antrobus can't take it, neither can Buse. Antrobus will have another go. Kick is only very, very short. Long couldn't take it. Bruns can. Spirals. Splendid first half by Essendon, which they lead by 40 points. 12-9, 81. Essendon. Geelong, 6-5, 41. So we're set for a start now in the vital third quarter. Essendon go into it with a 40-point margin.
Brownless at full forward there, Sandy.
Well, I'm glad about that.
And who's at centre half back? Mark Boz.
So Geelong ringing in the changes as we go into the third quarter, as the Cats will attempt to claw their way back. Flanagan on the ball for Geelong. Antrobus can't take it, neither can Buse. Antrobus will have another go. Kick is only very, very short. Long couldn't take it. Bruns can. Spirals one up towards half forward. Walsh does the spoiling work, and it is effective. Free kick has been picked up, however. And it will go back. And Bill Duckworth is in real trouble because of this.
Didn't appear to be a lot in it. It was a decent push in the back, but Billy Duckworth taking a long time to get to his feet. Here we see it from a different angle, and I couldn't see how he could have hurt himself there.
Must have done something, because he's a pretty tough nut to crack, isn't he?
Exactly.
However, we'll keep an eye on him as Williams takes the kick. It bounces away from Madden. Anderson has a chance. Will want to try and get back onto the left boot. Now he goes to Michael Long, the very skillful Long. The long hand pass to Madden, who'll swing round now on the left boot. Centres it. Yates couldn't take it. Exel under great pressure. Tries to get the handball out towards Hocking. Can't get round. Bailey is claimed. Boss towards the boundary line. It bounces back to him. And still the Geelong defence under real pressure. Boss away onto the left foot. Only as far as Madden. Simon Madden's hand pass is long to Antrobus. Inside 50. Heads towards goal. Long kick. Great kick by Antrobus.
Well, that's a miraculous goal again, and Essendon have kicked a few of them. They've been relentless at the start of this third quarter. Obviously, they need to maintain the advantage they had over Geelong. They don't want to give Geelong a sniff, any chance of getting back into this match. And the numbers to the ball that Essendon have displayed already. Billy Duckworth off the ground, Tim Watson back on. And there's that goal to Tony Antrobus from a very tight angle.
They've kicked some beauties today, haven't they?
Yes, they've been amazing couple, especially Michael Long and that one.
Well, it's just the start they need, Essendon, for the second half. Geelong through Boss. Kick towards centre half forward. At the back, Williams. Just fumbles at the critical stage. Hamilton's kick towards full forward. The ball comes out the back now. A chance for Hamilton. And he does it pretty well. Paul Hamilton gets the hand pass off to Anderson. Anderson streaming out of half-back. A good pass finds Thompson. Thompson on centre wing. Runs himself into trouble. Now he gets his kick away towards centre half forward. The big men fly. Flanagan recovers pretty well. Just gets his left foot to the ball. Long, creative. Out in front of Watson. Gives that player a chance to run at it. He's pulled off the ball by Yates. And the umpire saw it. So the free kick will go back to the Essendon captain.
That was clever by Tim Watson. Just a short hand pass away when he knew he was about to be tackled. The experience coming into it again. There's that hand pass. Tim Watson just out in front, grabbed by Mark Yates.
Now let's see which foot he kicks this with. He's had a lot of trouble with that right leg. It'll need to be his best effort from 50 metres. Watson kicks long. Essendon mark, it's Plain. Up against the behind post, Bradley Plain. He plays on, left foot snap is pretty good, I think. Another goal to Essendon.
Bradley Plain's second goal. He's kicked 2 goals too. Malcolm Blight in the box just doesn't know what to do. And they've been completely outplayed, Geelong. He's turned the team upside down at half-time. Billy Brownless moved from the half-back line to the full forward line. And Tim Watson 50 metres out. The long kick, bad defence again by Geelong. Very easy chest mark there to Plain on the goal line, ran around, and a good left foot goal.
From the centre bounce, Anderson pumps Essendon into attack again. Down towards the half-forward line. Bruns, body in over the ball. Exel can't get a passage clear. Now he gets the hand pass out from Muse, back to Hocking. Wide. Anderson, if he can get there in time, will keep it in play. In trouble. Goes over the top. Back pedals, in fact, towards Antrobus, who overruns it. Now he's under pressure, but has plenty of support. Through comes Williams. Centres it for Long. And look at him. Straight up again. Michael Long. Quickly across to Terry Danaher. Danaher stabs at goal. Magic football, Essendon.
Well, that's inspirational, isn't it, Sandy? Michael Long. He took a very gutsy mark. He was under a lot of pressure there. Getting pats on the back from his teammates. He hit the ground running, and that's been a feature of the Essendon play. They've played on every occasion. Here's the pass by Darren Williams. Michael Long, courage, and off he goes. He hit the ground, was running, took one bounce, hand pass out to Terry Danaher, set it up beautifully, and Essendon continue on their way.
It's like a spring, isn't he?
He's so quick.
Yes, he is. He's an amazing player.
15-9, plays 6-5. Geelong still struggling. Terry Danaher, dispossessed by Lindner. Lindner tackled by Bailey. It could have been in the back. Yes, it is. 50-metre penalty is going to be applied. Quite see what it was for, but quickly saw the umpire run towards the other side of the centre square. And that's exactly where the Essendon player will stand the mark for Bruce Lindner. Lindner's long drop punt kick right into that full forward area. And a big punch by the Essendon defender, Anthony Danaher's over the line for a boundary throw in the right forward pocket.
He's definitely one of the best fullbacks playing the game too now, Anthony Danaher. Had a great season.
Flanagan doing the ruck work. Simon Madden, tireless as ever, gets the punch to the front. And it goes over for another throw in.
And it's a lonely time for Malcolm Blight. Here's the throw in, with the Cats at the moment staring almost at a 10-goal deficit. Morgan tried to get it out. That has been the story of the day for that man. Mark Bairstow has had a real problem. Bill Duckworth has also had problems. How is he, Michael Roberts?
He ran off the ground quite well. He's speaking to people on the boundary, and I'd say he's quite all right.
Well, that's good news for Essendon, but most of the news today has been good for the Bombers. Flanagan and Madden to do the ruck work again. Madden has dominated. Bairstow can't get an effective kick away. It's taken over the line by Antrobus, and we will see another throw.
So they're two prime movers today, Geelong. Bairstow's had only 5 possessions and Couch has had 7.
From the throw-in at the back of the pack, Buse swings round, but swings too far and goes out of bounds on the full.
Yes, I thought some resurgence would come from the Geelong camp, but gee, they're playing like losers in the early part of this third quarter. Anthony Danaher trying to indicate to the umpire that he's going to kick across the face of goal, and he continues with that decision. Not a bad kick either. Again to the advantage of Simon Madden, and he was able to run onto it and take a good mark. He's at half-back on the members' side. What a game he's played. Only 7 possessions, but his ruck work has been fantastic. The kick bounces and goes over for a boundary throw-in. Terry Danaher, another one of the experienced Essendon brigade who's played very well for his side. Walsh takes it from the boundary throw-in. Left foot kick by Walsh is okay up towards half-forward. Plain can't control it. Bruns gets his fist to the ball, and it goes over for another boundary throw-in. Bradley Plain, who's kicked 2 goals too. The leading goal kickers on the ground, along with 3. Vanderhaar with 3 and Ablett with 3.
There's the throw-in. Terry Danaher trying to do it. Darcy couldn't take it. Overrun by Danaher. Boss hurriedly. Flanagan. A poor bounce. Lindner shrugs one tackle. Puts it out in front of Drum. Can this be the start of something for Geelong? He'll look for Ablett. On his hammer is Hamilton. But Ablett is too good. Swings round onto the left foot. Kicks in towards Hamilton, who marks just inside.
I'd like to have another look at that.
How do you kick a goal from there, Sandy?
He may show us now. A fair kick, one behind. So you can have another look.
I would
at
have
this.
thought that he was over the line. Didn't matter anyway, he kicked it behind.
Same result, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right. Thanks, Shane Hamilton, for doing that. So Anthony Danaher again elects to come to this members' side. Obviously, he thinks there's an advantage there. Antrobus is bumped off the ball by Buse. Good backing up by Hamilton for Essendon. Now O'Donnell's in there. He just fumbles at the crucial stage. Couch gets it out to Bairstow. There's the two players, Bernie, that you were mentioning at half-time. The kick now up towards half-forward for Essendon. Again, Essendon outnumber. This time Izard, backed up well by Hamilton. Hamilton, a sweeping hand pass, puts O'Donnell in trouble, but he gets the slick hand pass to Watson. Watson's hand pass looks out here for Antrobus. Antrobus on centre wing has got a little bit of space. After the second bounce, he kicks with the left foot towards full forward. High over the pack. Oh, nearly a magnificent mark to Buick. He does the tackling. Can't quite dispossess the Geelong player. Buick looking for a holding the ball decision, and very disappointed there with the umpire. But the umpire stands firm, so he'll bounce.
That has been a feature of their game today, Essendon. Once they go for the fly for the mark, they hit the ground and they're running again. They've really butted up and competed magnificently.
Van der Haar does the ruck work, but it's Steve Hocking, attempts to get the hand pass to Darcy. Buse, he can't crash through. A good tackle there by Watson, but the umpire saw maybe a trip in that incident, and the free kick will go to Buse. He kicks it towards the outer half-back flank. Stoneham, he's been really out of it. Stoneham, Darcy, the same, but good work there by Mark Thompson. And he forces the ball over for a boundary throw-in. No, there's a free kick again being picked out of it. It's going to Darcy.
Must have been up the field, was it, Ian? I didn't see a free kick there on Darcy.
Darcy kicks Geelong into attack up towards centre-half forward.
Off hands to Wallace. To Long. Like lightning, he gets the hand pass away to Terry Danaher's trip.
He's kidding, I think, Bruce Lindner. He said Terry Danaher dropped the ball.
Danaher will take it from the centre.
He threw the leg out.
Not exactly subtle, that was it. Danaher puts the Bombers inside 50. Van der Haar, Bruns and Exel chasing. Exel does well. Keeps it in play, and the Cats are able to push it wide towards the outer side. Long won't get there in time, and neither will Anderson. So a throw-in to take place, but at the moment Geelong making no impression on the scoreboard.
Actually, they haven't kicked a goal for the quarter so far, only one behind, and we're 13 minutes in.
Whereas Essendon has kicked 3. Long tries to shovel it out. Lindner working hard, but straight to Thompson. He's quick to claim him, however, not before he gets it to Anderson. Towards Plain. It bounces past Bruns, but eventually it's Exel from the defensive 50-metre line. Kicking over the square. No one at home, however, and Alan Izard takes the mark. Brings it wide for Danaher. The bounce is fickle. Drum is on his hammer. And eventually it is Drum who gets it out to Hamilton across to Couch. Couch eludes one tackle, has a bounce as he gets clear from 60 metres, floats it high. Ablett is at the back. With him is Hamilton, and over the line it goes. A throw in Geelong's left forward pocket.
Should have made a bit more of that, Paul
Yes,
Couch.
Probably about the only occasion that Paul Couch has been able to break free.
Throw in the left forward pocket for the Cats. Punch out by Walsh. Bairstow. Izard the tackler. Look at that Essendon defence. Desperate stuff there by the Bombers on the full back line.
The two taggers today, Izard on Bairstow and O'Donnell on Couch, have done magnificent jobs.
Ball up. Stoneham goes for the tap. Flanagan. Kick goes back towards the Essendon goal. Chance now for Drum. Can't break clear. He gets the hand pass out wide to Hamilton. Beautiful smother by Wallace. Gathered by Bairstow. Off to Drum. Oh, magnificent interception by Buick. And this could result in a goal even this far from home. Buick's kick towards half forward. There's an Essendon mark to Bailey. Bailey goes for goal and it bounces to the left.
He's only about a foot wrong.
It's amazing how if you can get away from half back with a clear run, just what happens up that other end. Billy Duckworth sprints back onto the ground. The kick in. Goes out wide. Bailey and Stoneham. Bailey gathers. Does it pretty well, Bailey. Still struggling hard for his side. Kick off the ground by Boss. Up towards the wing area. Gathered by O'Donnell. Doesn't quite break the tackle, but gets the hand pass off to Thompson. Thompson's high kick towards centre half forward. And standing his ground well as Watson. Kicks it in towards the forward pocket. Antrobus can't quite make up the ground to take the mark, and it bounces over in front of him for a boundary thrown in the right forward pocket for the Bombers.
Yeah, the right idea there, but they just couldn't get there quickly enough. Antrobus and Simon Madden trying to make up the ground, but just couldn't get there.
58 points the margin as Madden taps over the back. Darcy tries to sprint clear, but is beautifully claimed. Thompson gets the hand pass away. Watson again goes onto the left foot in towards full forward over the head of Wallace, who flew high, and one behind as the result.
This is just about being Sandy. I'd say a perfect exhibition of team football today by Essendon.
Showing on the scoreboard 15-11 to 6 goals 6. Exel, who's become known as a full forward, brings it back into play. Couch defends from behind. Danaher claimed by Ablett. A stalemate. And a bounce between centre and half forward. With just over 11 minutes remaining in this vital third term, Buick pumps it into the pocket. Wallace and Bruns chasing. Wallace spoons it back for Bailey. Beautiful play. He can go short to Vander.
Too easy, isn't it?
Great play by Wallace, though, Bernie.
Great play by Wallace, but plenty of gaps up there on the Essendon forward line. There's Wallace tapping the ball out. Bailey all alone. Didn't blaze away. Saw Paul Vander Haar making the lead. Been very unselfish, Essendon, today.
Vander Haar has 3. Directly in front. 25 metres out. He shoots towards goal. One behind only the result. So his stats read 3 goals 2 out of the tally by the Bombers of 15 goals 12. It's exactly a 10-goal margin. Exel finding Buse in the back pocket. 10 minutes remaining.
Well, Geelong really, they're playing 1960s football. Stop start. Buse, no one to kick to. O'Donnell gets the ball on centre wing and pumps Essendon back into attack. Nearly a gather by Bailey. Goes after it again. Gets his kick, but it's ineffective. Buse gathers. The left foot kick by Buse. Looking out wide for Couch. Vander Haar shrugs that tackle. Gets the hand pass back to Buick. Buick ducking and weaving back to Vander Haar. Vander Haar inside 50. Disciplined kick by Vander Haar. Essendon mark to Terry Danaher in the goal square.
Well, once again, Ian, superior teamwork of Essendon. Paul Vander Haar, a pat on the head. He's been magnificent today. And another veteran, Terry Danaher, finishing it off with a strong mark in the full forward position. And they've just been far too good.
Terry Danaher kicks goal number 3.
And Geelong really have just about blown all hope of getting into this match now. They needed to come out in this third quarter and show a different attitude than they did in that first half when they were completely outplayed by Essendon. The veteran Vander Haar has been magnificent today, combining with another veteran, Terry Danaher, who had eyes only for the ball, breaking away from Mark Boss. And Essendon continue on their merry way.
So 66 points now, the lead to Essendon. Stoneham gets the tap out. Anderson gathers pretty well and bumps off his own teammate. Right foot kick. Oh, how easy was that? Well, it looks easy, but I suppose it's hard. Mark Thompson kicks direct towards full forward. It goes through all players. Buick after the football. Exel, good gather by Van der Haar. Gets back onto the right, now the left. The hand pass to Antrobus. Shot for goal by Antrobus, goes straight across the face. And it's out of bounds on the full in the opposite forward pocket. So the free kick will be taken there for Geelong by Bruns. And the Bombers streaming forward out of those centre bounces. They're just showing a little bit more desperation. Bruns, 13th kick coming up for him. Kicks out towards the half-back area. Geelong mark there to Boss. In front of the pack, he gets the hand pass off to Morgan. He's been pretty quiet too, Darren Morgan. Left foot kick towards centre wing, and a good mark taken by Gary Hocking. And he was under a fair bit of pressure there. A good effort by the Geelong player. He plays on quickly, kicks it high towards centre half forward. The kick floats with the breeze, and in front, where defenders should be in these conditions, is Hamilton, and he takes a good safe chest mark.
So Hamilton from half-back plays on to Thompson. Almost ran into Brownless, but was able to get it away to Anthony Danaher. Towards the centre, Michael Long. Very quick with his hands onto Anderson. Under pressure. Oh! Crunched was Williams.
Almost buried, wasn't he, there by Andrew Buse.
But he's okay. So he sends the Bombers into their forward line again. Van der Haar, the target, was in front, unable to mark, but he's still going. Pushes it out towards Madden, who meets Exel solidly. All held up. And at centre half forward for the Bombers, we've got another bounce. 108 plays 42. Geelong preparing to bring Burke back out onto the ground. But it would appear Essendon can do very little wrong at the moment. Izzard is under pressure there. And another bounce. Eventually comes out the back. A short stab kick was pushed forward by Watson. It's hammered towards the boundary line. On that occasion, two did beat one. Bairstow got his kick down towards centre wing, and a good mark taken by Hamilton. Back to Bairstow. Geelong now go into attack, but it's Gary O'Donnell who thumps it away from Paul Couch. He's had a very good day.
Been very disciplined, Gary O'Donnell.
So a throw in Geelong's forward zone. The shadows starting to creep over the MCG. Madden winning it down in front, but Williams won't be able to keep it in play, and we'll see another throw in. There is Burke preparing to come back on. Stoneham and Madden, but again it is the big bomber who hammers it clear. And a question to Bernie Quinlan, if you're Malcolm Blight, what do you ponder this week?
Yes, well, this has been disastrous for them today, and the question was whether they could come through under pressure, and they haven't today, Sandy. And really, it's just about starting from scratch again, trying to build them up again.
Again, as in most areas, Essendon have been dominating in the marking department. Burke has just come back out onto the ground. A little bit of unproductive work at the moment. We'll have yet another throw.
I can't understand why one of these big Geelong guys don't just go from the opposite side of a ruck contest and really make it fierce. They're feeble so far, some of these Geelong guys.
O'Donnell.
Now Williams on the bottom of the pack at the 50-metre line. He can't break away, so the umpire will come in and bounce it once again. So some stagnant football here just in the last couple of minutes.
I suppose the only thing they've got out of it today, there's a lot of players got finals experience, Andy.
Opportunity now for Drum. Left foot shot by Drum, misses to the right.
I don't know whether Malcolm Blight would call it that, Bernie.
Drum there in the pitch with a bit of a dust-up. But they have been very, very ordinary, Geelong, shown no character whatsoever, and this is where character is sorted out, the MCG in finals time. Magnificent kick by Anthony Danaher, goes back into the centre. Opportunity there for Couch to get the ball down. It finishes with Yates. Yates' left foot kick. The bounce, fortunately, for Williams. He gets the hand pass back to O'Donnell, and they've backed each other up on every opportunity. This time it's Thompson, player on his own, long on centre wing. He'll run away. Oh, you can't run away from views, but he gets the hand pass off to Izzard. Izzard into the pocket. Another Essendon mark. Van der Haar again.
Magnificent teamwork again, Ian. And Essendon have displayed plenty of that this afternoon.
Van der Haar from 40 metres. Great kick. Great kick.
That's 4 goals to Paul Van der Haar. 4 goals too. 3 goals in the opening quarter, and now 1 in this third quarter. And this has been demoralising for Geelong. But a tremendous display by Essendon. Their teamwork has been absolutely outstanding. Paul Van der Haar taking the mark on a good lead, but the good work done further upfield. Look at that kick by Van der Haar, reading the breeze beautifully, bringing it back, and a magnificent goal again to Essendon.
So the scoreboard tells it all. Essendon, a berth in the second semi-final against Hawthorn. Darcy comes streaming through half-back. Now he's up at half-forward and kicks it directly towards goal. A big punch by the strong Essendon defence. Brownless at the bottom. Snapshot by Brownless. Looks pretty good.
And finally, the Geelong fans have something to applaud, because it's been very quiet in this third quarter for them. That's the first goal to Geelong for the quarter. Just about the 27-minute mark. Bill Brownless, who started the game at centre-half back, now playing at full forward. With Malcolm Blight swinging a few changes at the start of this second half, trying to get Geelong back in the game. Bill Brownless has been fairly quiet. 8 kicks and 2 handballs, and that's his first goal.
65 points the margin. Burke back in the centre. Up against Madden. Neither gets a decisive tap. O'Donnell was taken out of it. Danaher pulled off the ball. And he runs into Boss as he was about to scoot away. So another bounce, virtually still in the middle. This time won by Madden. And a free kick to Bruns. Kick number 14 for Neville Bruns. To half forward. 3 Essendon defenders at the back there. And look at them run here. Michael Long is away. 2 bounces. Thinks about his options, then looks for Van der Haar again. Well, those two have a mortgage on this flank. Van der Haar has kicked all his goals at that end of the ground. This for number 5. Well, he's asking the wind to do a little too much there, and he drifts it right across the face of goal, and it goes out of bounds on the floor. Just over a minute remaining in this third quarter, a quarter which again has belonged to Essendon as Hocking brings it back into play. Madden in front, and Burke trying to mark as well. Would he not be better off going for an almighty punch, Bernie?
Well, Burke's statistics, Sandy, are very interesting. He hasn't had 1 kick or a hand pass, so he's been virtually a ruckman, and that's all. But you're right, Sandy, he would have been far better off.
A decent old push there has been sighted. So it is another free kick to Essendon. And Paul van der Haar will have another opportunity to score his 5th goal.
Free kick there paid against Exel.
10 kicks, 5 marks, 4 goals to date for van der Haar. From 30 metres, the drop punt is on its way. It looks pretty good. There's another one of the Bombers.
There's 5 goals to Paul van der Haar. And look at that scoreline. Essendon have run right away with this game. 6 goals up at half-time. And haven't eased the pressure in this 3rd quarter. Outscoring Geelong completely. 6 goals to 1 in his 3rd quarter. That's the free kick to Paul van der Haar. He's kicked very well for goal. 5 goals, 2. And it's been a good target on the forward line.
The margin is now 71 points, favouring the Bombers. And here goes Bailey again, onto Antrobus from 50 metres. Tony Antrobus shoots in towards goal, and they're making it look easy.
Yes, Sandy, well, this is almost a football lesson now. Essendon just doing it too easily. They've displayed great qualities today. Essendon, Antrobus kicking his 2nd goal. Their teamwork, their numbers to the ball. And really, we're looking at a demoralised Geelong side at the moment. Antrobus kicking that one from 50 metres out on the run. It's been a tremendous performance by Essendon.
Back in the middle again, and Geelong would dearly love to hear the siren. 19-12 to 7-7. Only seconds remaining. Madden wins it yet again. Bairstow can't take it away. Antrobus tries hard. There's the siren. It is 3/4 time here at the MCG. Essendon lead 19-12. 126. Geelong 7-7. 49. So here we go. Final quarter. And the Bombers have a stranglehold on this match. Burke. And listen to the ironical cheers as the Geelong captain gets a touch. Bairstow across to Lidner, who waits. Walsh in the back pocket, running out of room. Hammered past Buick. The hurried snap is by Gary Hocking. High in towards full forward. Anthony Danaher is there on his own. So Danaher is an immaculate kicker of the ball. Goes to the outer side. Lidner claimed.
I don't blame Bruce Lindner there. Simon Madden's arm straight over the top of his left shoulder.
Yes, and he didn't duck into it, did he? And he was down there when the tackle was applied.
Burke doing the ruck contest, can't control the football, and it goes out in front of Darren Buick, so for a boundary throw-in. So the start of this last quarter, Andrew Buse, perhaps frustration now showing in the Geelong side, have really been terrible. Buick from half-back, kicks it in towards the centre. Good punch on, gathered by Brownless. Hand pass to Yates, he gets past Michael Long. Finishes up with Darcy. Darcy's kicked now towards full forward. No mark. Bruns swoops on the ball. Neville Bruns, deliberate shot for goal. Drop punt. And it just drifts across the face and through for another behind. And Geelong, I would think, would be just looking to save some sort of face. Their exhibition this afternoon has been very, very ordinary. And watching Malcolm Blight, I can understand what Peter McKenna said. Gary O'Donnell takes the kick in. His right foot kick is a little astray and it bounces just inside the boundary line. And we'll have another boundary throw in. It's still in Geelong's attacking half. Over the top Brownless, in front Barnes, who's now on the ground. The ball gathered by Bairstow. Brownless can't mark. Buick, kick across his body towards half forward. Great gather by Terry Danaher. His kick just goes straight up in the air. Terry Danaher, as a matter of fact, went after it again. The hand pass by Morgan comes off to Bairstow. Bairstow's little chip left footer and it's marked by Gary Ablett about 80 metres from the Geelong goal. Gary Ablett, who's kicked 3 goals, tries the torpedo punt kick to the front of the square. Here's a goal, Exel.
And that's Gavin Exel's first goal. Had a very ordinary day, Gavin Exel. He was actually moved from attack into defence. Gary Ablett with the long kick into the forward line. Ablett, who is now playing at centre half forward. And it spills to the back where Exel cleans up and kicks his only goal for the day so far.
So the Cats looking for some respectability, knowing already that they will be meeting Melbourne next week in the do-or-die first semi-final. Hocking streams out of the centre for the Cats, down towards full forward, but a great mark in front by Danaher.
He's a good player, Sandy. Very good fullback.
Very, very good defender, and Williams just having a chat at the back with Lidner. Well, that's how easy it is for Anthony Danaher to get away. Looking for Anderson. With him is Ablett. Ablett clear. Brings it back in towards Exel territory again. Fisted away by Anthony Danaher. Waiting down is O'Donnell. Gets it onto Wallace. Shrugs one tackle. Now Williams. Essendon, easy as you like, out of trouble. Floating it high, but Morgan is in front. Can't mark, however. He does have backup support in Hocking. Brownless. Oh, barnstorms his way through Billy Brownless and kicks it long and high in towards full forward. The bouncing ball goes left over the boundary line. And a throw in Geelong's left forward pocket.
It'll be a long while before Anthony Danaher gets grey hairs.
Hasn't had a lot of worry today. Burke tried to tap it down. Williams, is it too high?
Did he duck into it?
So Darren Williams plays on to Madden in the back pocket. He's had a tremendous day, Simon Madden. He's blanketed the Geelong rucks. Walsh on all fours. So too Watson, but stolen. Now here's a chance for Geelong in towards Burke. Almost throws it out, taken by Bairstow, pulls it round his shoulder, in towards full forward. Izard hits for the boundary line.
There's safety first. Again, they've done the team things very well. Alan Izard, a player who's had a big job picking up Mark Bairstow and done it particularly well.
Madden in front, Burke from behind. Opportunity now for Mark Thompson. He taps it to the advantage of Anthony Danaher. He runs into Bairstow. That could be a free kick to Geelong, yes.
Well, it should be too, Ian. Danaher ducking his head when the tackle was applied. And Bairstow with the free kick. Here we see again, about to be tackled, ducks down. A good tackle there by Mark Bairstow.
And a good decision by the umpire too. Bairstow stood his ground. So now he has an opportunity to kick his first goal. And Geelong's ninth. Bairstow misses. Misses badly, Mark Bairstow.
Well, that completes a fairly poor day for him so far, Sandy.
Very disappointing.
Two prime movers have been cut right out of it.
Anthony Danaher's kick in finds Izard. Izard stab pass. Little drop punt was magnificent, finding Anderson. Anderson is still at half back for Essendon. Now he kicks it over the wing. Marking contest. Barnes can't take it. Terry Danaher's in there boxing on. Now Boss, a quick kick out of it. Goes towards Simon Madden. He misses it completely. Burke hits it out to the advantage of Hamilton. Hamilton's hand passes out in front of Yates. He'll be brought down by Wallace, but somehow he gets it to Hamilton. Hamilton's shot for goal is swinging back with the breeze, but just misses to the right-hand side. So the first few minutes of this last quarter, at least Geelong have been a little bit of a football team and had a bit of a dip.
Danaher again, a prodigious kick. Watson could be dangerous for Thompson, but he'll get out of it to Bailey. Goes wide to Williams. Darren Williams has room to move on that outer side. A couple of bounces. He's almost down to the 50-metre line. Centres it. Oh, and Buick takes the mark.
That was grade 3 stuff, that.
Yes, they've done it well, haven't they? Williams had so much time to steady. He could please himself what he did with it.
Coming in for his 14th kick. And looking for his first goal. Buick shoots. And he's got it.
So the ball's been down on Geelong's forward line for most of this quarter. And they haven't been able to do much with it. But Essendon, suddenly they transfer it down there. They use the ball so well, Essendon, running the ball out of defence. Look at Williams just strolling around the boundary line. Plenty of time to please himself what he did. And an easy mark to Buick, who's been a very good contributor, as have most of the Essendon team.
Back in the centre. Burke gets the tap down. Simon Madden tries to kick it out the back. Terry Danaher off to Bailey. Bailey's kick towards full forward. The mark is taken by Buick. He runs into an open goal, and there's another one to Essendon.
Well, again, the importance of winning the ball out of the centre square. And pats on the back there for Bailey. Buick finishing it off, but it really has started in the centre today for Essendon, with Simon Madden dominating there. Plenty of space on the Essendon forward line if you get that ball quickly out of the centre, as there was on that occasion. And Buick kicking his second goal within a minute.
Well, gee, it's going to be a long trip back down the highway.
I'm glad I'm not on a Geelong bus with a bunch of supporters.
Here's the centre bounce with Madden and Burke. Bruns ripped off it by Bailey. Walsh left it behind. Bruns gets a second chance. Through the pigeons to the half-forward line. Abler chips out to the 50-metre line. Was looking for Hamilton. He's under pressure now. He's got to beat two. He legs Anderson. And Anderson will be free kick. Well, he's come into form in recent weeks, Anderson, and has held that form.
Did you see that, Sandy? There was 3 Essendon players came in there to apply the tackle.
And there's another one on his own, Wallace. Now, he's got Long by himself. He's like an elastic band, Michael Long. Looking for a tired Bailey. He may leave it. He does. Don't tell me Walsh will go. Kicks in towards full forward. Buick has kicked 2 in a couple of minutes. Could this be number 3? No. Well, mucking around a little bit with it there, and Bruns was able to take it. Give it to Burke, who gets a kick straight to the opposition. Bailey back towards Long and Antrobus. But it bounces away from them and goes over the line.
I'd like to go back to that long kick from this member's side, where he kicked it. He looked for a teammate, but he certainly kicked it to the advantage of Walsh, who was coming up from half back, and he never misses a trick.
It's great to watch. Bruns high. Walsh again. Claim, but got it away in time to Izard, who just chips in towards the centre. Couch. Boy, has he been quiet. Darcy. Oh, caught. Again, there's 2 Essendon players against 1 Geelong. It's plain across to O'Donnell, but the whistle had sounded. And Dean Bailey, who we mentioned in the call just a moment ago, was looking pretty tired. May have a problem.
Simon Madden, what a great job he's done in the ruck all day. But up over the top, Stoneham, gathered by O'Donnell, who's kept Couch right out of it. His short pass finds Barnes. Barnes is at half forward, kicks with the left foot towards centre half forward. At the back, Buick can't mark. Still a chance for Essendon. It's at half forward. Yates, a quick kick out towards half back, and running with the flight of the ball and taking a terrific mark was Billy Brownless, and I'm sure that all the crowd here at the MCG appreciated that effort. Billy Brownless, only 12 possessions, but he's tried his heart out. The kick out towards half forward, no mark to Buse, gathered by Gary Hocking, great tackle by Thompson. The ball runs free to Bairstow. Bairstow's kick in towards half forward is marked by Bruns. Now Bruns could be within scoring distance. It's about 35 metres, maybe 40 metres from goal. And one of the Geelong players that can hold his head high, Neville Bruns. The drop punt kick, he hooks it across the face. Walsh in front. Anthony Danaher helped out by Hamilton. Hamilton's hand pass, and the bouncing ball goes over for a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for Geelong. John Barnes in the picture, and with smiles on their faces, they'd have to be Essendon supporters.
Well, Essendon today are playing as if there are 20 blokes in the reserves ready to take their spot. They are so hungry, Bernie, aren't
Exactly, and that's what finals football is all about.
Bailey. It's got to come back. Greg Anderson will send it back to that back pocket region.
The other player today, Sandy, that's had no influence on the game is Stoneham. Had only 4 possessions for the day.
Yes, it's been very disappointing. Steve Hocking in front of the pack, claimed. Bruns pulls it back in towards half forward. Anthony Danaher front spot. It comes to Hamilton. He snaps over his shoulder. Anderson won't get there in time. And there is a goal. The second goal, in fact, to Shane Hamilton.
Yes, well, 2 goals to Geelong for the quarter and 2 goals to Essendon, so at least they're holding their own in this last quarter. They haven't been completely overrun. They've started to get a little bit of run in their game, and I suppose Malcolm Blight, what he said at 3/4 time was get your head down and get some respectability on the scoreboard, and that's about all he could say.
I think you're being kind. 21-12, plays 9-10, and Essendon go into attack again through Anderson. Long tries to flip it out the back. Opportunity for Boss. He just gets his foot to the ball. Steve Hocking, he's run down by Long, and he never gives up. Look at that. Now finishes with Simon Madden. The kick out to the practice cricket pitch area goes over for a boundary throw-in. Darren Buick, who's been a good player. Well, I think Essendon have had all the good players on the ground. I'd go for 6 or 7 of theirs before I'd find a Geelong player that deserves a mention. Out the back to Steve Hocking, off to Couch. Couch's kick into the centre. No mark. Walsh. Still desperate, Kevin Walsh. His side leads by about 12 goals, and he goes after it. Helped out by Williams. He goes back to Plain. Plain looks for someone to give it to, and he finds Izard. Izard will run up towards the centre. Forced to kick quickly in the finish, but it lands with Bailey. Bailey at centre half forward. He kicks it out wide to Madden. Madden can't mark. It goes out the back to Vanderhaar. Vanderhaar, hand pass is a little too fierce. Buse, hand pass over the top to Schultz. A quiet player, Michael Schultz. His kick up towards half forward. Stoneham can't mark. Walsh is there again. And Kevin Walsh does the shepherding on this opportunity. And the punch along the ground by Terry Danaher goes over for a boundary throw-in. And that was a little suspect, I thought.
As Damien Burke comes off the ground to be replaced by Flanagan.
Hocking comes away to Bairstow, who goes directly in towards goal. Over the top it goes. Exel tries to soccer it off the ground. Ablett and Anthony Danaher underneath it. Exel almost tackled high. Did he duck his head?
He did.
And so a bounce to take place.
Good decision.
.138 plays 64. Barnes towards the line. It hits the post and one behind.
I suppose we have to talk about Essendon against Hawthorn now. What chance have they got?
Well, they're playing today. I'd say they'd have a fair chance.
A very good chance on today's performance.
From half back. Antibus' kick is high. Madden just tries to knock on. Schultz, been one of many quiet players. Hocking to Darcy, wider to Couch. Paul Couch now. Centres it in towards half forward. Ablett couldn't take it. Exel picks it up now. Wider to Hamilton. Soccers off the ground. Can't pull it back nearly enough. And it goes out of bounds in the left forward pocket. From the throw-in, Flanagan, and the pressure, it leaves Antrobus to clear. Danaher and Boss. Now Plain and Boss. Coming to meet him is Drum. O'Donnell goes on with it to Buick. A beautiful hand pass. He's almost inside 50. Michael Long.
He's killed them, Michael Long.
Yeah, great game. And he's been magnificent, hasn't he?
Well, his
set up-
statistics, Bernie, only reads 7 kicks and 8 hand passes, but some of the things that he does, just mercurial.
Well, it's all been magic, hasn't it?
That's fantastic.
So here's Michael Long going for his 3rd goal. Snuck it in.
So Michael Long, he's been a magic player for Essendon today.
In fact, that was his 4th, Bernie.
4 goals to Michael Long. It's been a tremendous performance by him on the wing. 4 goals from the wing. Well, it's great to have an option like Michael Long leading into the forward line. Mark Yates putting under extreme pressure again. But Michael Long has shown that he's a very classy player today and has set up many forward moves for Essendon.
Well, I don't think anyone who was coming to the football, or if you're watching, would have thought that there would have been a difference like this. With 9.5 minutes left in this last quarter, it's all Essendon. Barnes, Bailey. Bailey runs towards centre half forward, kicks it into the pocket. Another Essendon mark. Buick runs into an open goal, and it's there again.
And that's 3 goals to Buick for the quarter, 3 goals for the match. And I think Essendon could go into next week's game feeling fairly confident. Hawthorn have been the best side, of course, for the year, but I think earlier next week, there's Bailey dashing out of the centre, Buick taking the one-hander, and hasn't he got tremendous pace? Just does it easily in the end. I think they could go in fairly confident against Hawthorn next week. It should be a great game.
Yeah, Bernie, you said something to me earlier today about their pace. You watched them last week and their pace.
I was very
They've got
impressed with that.
half a dozen players that are really quick.
Geelong fans have had enough. They are leaving the MCG. Here's the centre bounce. Barnes, Bruns couldn't take it. Anderson comes away, but it'll be a free kick. It'll come back and be taken by Neville Bruns. Just under 9 minutes remaining. Bruns sends the Cats to half forward. Stoneham can't do anything. Wallace wider to Bailey. Perhaps a little too wide. Hocking may claim him. No, he's got time to give it back to Wallace. That's how easily they're doing it. Short to Madden. Simon Madden going in towards the forward line of Buick and Antrobus. Still Buick goes. Look at the courage and determination as he tries to get the ball clear. He can't win in the end. Eventually it is Drum who brings it away and finds Flanagan. Flanagan on to Lindner. Short to the half-forward line. Now an opportunity for Gary Hocking. Set sail for goal, Hocking. Good-looking kick. And the cheers go up.
Gary Hocking's first goal. And Geelong, that's all they can do. Just hope that they get a few goals on the board in this last quarter. I don't know what Malcolm Blight can do over the next week to try and rebuild this shattered Geelong side. They've been given a football lesson today.
Bernie, it's interesting that their lowest score in the 22 home and home games this season has been 82 points, and they still need 12 points to beat that. (23-12) plays 10-11 in the dying minutes of the qualifying final. Bruns gets Geelong out of the centre. Ablett, interception by Walsh. Hamilton, the Dow defender. Couch, right foot kick by Couch towards full forward. Exel punched away by Anthony Danaher. Swooping on at Hamilton, and Hamilton kicks a goal for Geelong, and that looks as though it could be third. It is.
Yes, well, he's kept trying, Hamilton. Finally, in this last quarter, Geelong have got a little bit of run into their game. Maybe Essendon have eased off slightly. All the hard work done in the first 3 quarters. A couple of Geelong players, Couch and Bairstow, players who completely blanketed in the first part of the match, or the first 3 quarters, have suddenly come into it and had a few kicks. And maybe Essendon just easing up slightly.
So Darren Flanagan and John Barnes, the opposing ruckman, at this centre bounce. Flanagan gets the tap out. Bailey will take it away again. Mark Thompson, a little right foot kick to the advantage of Anderson. He'll be run down, but he's able to get away, Greg Anderson. The left foot kick lands in front of Antrobus. A good collect there by Antrobus. Izard from 40 metres goes for goal, and it just floats across to the right-hand side. So Alan Izard, he has kicked 1-1 in that score of 23-13 for Essendon. And Schultz will kick the ball back into play. Schultz goes to the outer side. It's getting very dark here at the MCG, but fortunately we've had no rain. Yates marks the kick in and kicks it straight to Long. Long measures it up, kicks it into the pocket. Buick can't mark, but Stephen Hocking was all over Darren Buick, and Darren Buick will take the free kick in that left forward pocket. He's about 35, maybe 40 metres from goal. He's looking to give it off. The blustery wind still blowing very severely here at the MCG. The players have had to contend with it all day, and the football standard has been pretty good. Buick's drop punt kick holds up in the breeze, in the square. Madden! Great stuff, Simon Madden. And a leisurely little wink there, Bernie. Gives you the indication that he's done it pretty well.
Yes, it would be nice to be in that situation, wouldn't it, where you could go back and just a little wink to your teammate.
Beautiful stuff.
Simon Madden, how he's played today. What a finals performer he is.
10 kicks and 2 hand passes, and you can nearly write down 1 goal because he doesn't make a mistake from there.
Yes, he's been a great performer for Essendon over the years, Simon Madden. Undoubtedly the best ruckman playing the game today. And he set most of the forward moves up for Essendon, winning the majority of the centre square hitouts. And there's that mark again, a magnificent mark coming from behind Billy Brownless. And really it's too easy for Essendon at the moment.
(157) plays 77. Essendon to meet Hawthorn, Geelong to try and regroup to meet Melbourne as Antrobus pumps the Bombers into attack again. Brownless defends and goes straight down the ground. Good looking kick to the half forward line, and taking the mark at the back is Lidner. So Bruce Lidner from 55 metres. Beautiful looking kick off the boot, but just veering to the left and 1 behind. So Bruce Lidner today, just the 2 behinds. 11-12 Geelong. The Bombers have more than doubled that. Just over 5 minutes remaining, and Anthony Danaher a little unsure where to go. Goes short and finds Darren Williams. Longer in towards the centre, and a good mark in front this time taken by Darcy, but he may undo the good work. Terry Danaher loses it to Drum. The kick is high towards half forward. No mark taken. Flanagan ran into Lidner. A kick in towards goal, shaves the post. So no luck for Geelong, no luck for Gavin Exel. 11-13 plays 24-13.
Anthony Danaher again. This time goes a little longer. Looking there for Hamilton. He's bumped off the ball by Ablett. The ball finishes with Drum. He runs straight into Hamilton, but Stoneham finishes up with the football. Stoneham goes for goal. Floating with the breeze. Exel can't mark. He nearly got it back. An attempted kick off the ground, and it's helped through by Williams for a rush behind to the Cats. 11-14 plays 24-13, and we've got just 4 minutes left in the qualifying final. Anthony Danaher will have to repeat that performance because the goal umpire hadn't finished his duties, so Tony Antrobus delivers the ball back to the Essendon fullback. And if I was Anthony Danaher, I'd thump this. He does this time over the 50-metre line, out towards Walsh. In comes Bairstow. Can't break the tackle, but gets the hand pass off to Drum. Drum's kick slews off the side of his boot, the inside, and the mark is taken by O'Donnell. O'Donnell, a very neat player, is Gary O'Donnell, and he's completely shut Paul Couch out of the game. A hand pass to Hamilton. Hamilton, Exels right behind him. He'll run him down. Hamilton just gets his kick away. Anderson can't control the football. He's back after it again, though, Greg Anderson. He's still got it. He could be penalised. No, says the umpire. He was making an effort that impressed umpire Mitchell. So a bounce will take place on centre wing on the members' side. Just over 3 minutes left in the qualifying final, and Essendon will go on and meet Hawthorn in the second semi-final next week. Geelong to play the Demons. Couch, dispossessed by Bailey. Antropos ducks his head. Kick off the ground by Plain over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in between wing and half forward, slightly favouring the Cats. All the excited supporters at the MCG have got red and black on.
And the others are in the car park, or heading for it, I'm afraid. There's the throw in. Couch tries to flick it back. Anderson gets a short kick picked up by O'Donnell, who's I think looking to go back to Anderson. But Thompson lends him good support. He pushes wide for Darren Williams, chasing his views, and so too Darcy. Claim. Anderson now. Too slow. Kick forward up towards Lidner. Came from Shane Hamilton. And there's a free kick to be taken by his namesake at half-back. Easily round the man on the mark. But dropping short for Barnes and taken by Drum. Would you expect many changes in this Geelong lineup, Bernie?
Well, if you realistically, if you looked on today's performances, Sandy, you'd only retain about 2 players out of the side, wouldn't you, really? There's just been a very poor performance by most of the side. But, of course, you can't do that. But I think Malcolm Blight will probably have faith in the players that have got him so far throughout the season. And very difficult to change the side, make wholesale changes at this stage.
Still locked up on that 50-metre line. Bradley Plain gets up holding his nose. He's only got to look at the scoreboard and I'm sure the pain would disappear. Barnes to Plain. High. Couch at the back. On to Bairstow. Now they've wanted those two to fire today. Darcy. Long. In towards full forward. No one at home, however, and the juggling mark is taken by Anthony Danaher. Very dark clouds overhead and just a sprinkling of rain creeping down as Ablett marks. Under a minute remaining. Gary Ablett has 3 goals. He will not add to that. In fact, 3 goals, 3 for the afternoon to Gary Ablett. 11-15, 24-13, and those two don't look too happy. Gee, it has got terribly dark all of a sudden as Anthony Danaher brings it back into play, but straight out of bounds. So Ablett will get another chance to pump it back. It will be one of the last kicks of the day. Bitter disappointment for the Cats. He goes high and long across the face of goal. No mark is taken, and again it's seen over the line by Anthony Danaher. There it is, a tremendous victory for the Cats. Indeed they can laugh, because Essendon have hammered Geelong in this qualifying final. 24 goals, 13, a total of 157. 11-15, 81 Geelong, and the stunned face of Malcolm Blight tells the story. But take nothing away from Tim Watson and his team. They were superb, Ian Robertson.
Well, they played a very disciplined, tough, and what is really needed here at the MCG or VFL Park at this time of the year. And perhaps, you know, Bernie, you've mentioned about their experience. They know what's needed to win these games, and they went out there with tough minds and tough bodies right from the start.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. I think the finals experience played a big part in this victory. There's many players out there who played in 2 premiership sides. Terry Danaher, Simon Madden, Mark Thompson, and Kevin Sheedy's been around for a long time. He knows what it's all about also. And there's a victorious Essendon side leaving the field. And I'd say the good thing about that Essendon performance was it was such an even performance. They had good players all over the field.
Just repeating that final score here at the MCG. Essendon 24-13, 157. Geelong 11-15, 81.